Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about Office for Men by Fragrance One. Jeremy Fragrance has reached out to me and he asked me if I would want to do a review of this fragrance, and I was more than happy to do so. I was actually kind of eager to find out what Office for Men really smells like. Now, I've seen a lot of reviews of this fragrance, and I actually wanted to kind of try this out and see what I personally have, what's my take personally on this fragrance. Now, I have to say that I was very surprised. I have to say that this fragrance definitely delivers as he promised in his videos. This is a very fresh, long-lasting fragrance. It's probably one of the most long-lasting fresh fragrances out there in the market. I have not come across any fresh fragrances that it's so citrusy and lasts for this long. So I have to say this is probably one of the only fragrances that is so citrusy and so woodsy and so fresh and lasts for so long. So it definitely, as I said, as he promised, it delivers. Now, let's talk about Jeremy and his approach to his fragrances. As you all know, he just released his second fragrance, which is Date for Men, which is also by the House of Fragrance One. And Date for Men is supposed to obviously be for nighttime, for dating. So it's a sweeter type of fragrance. It has oud in it. And so what he's trying to do with Office for Men and Date and so on, he's trying to basically create a fragrance for each situation that you need a fragrance for, like going to an office or going on a date or going clubbing, so on. So that's what he's trying to do with his fragrance line. Now, let's do an initial spray. Actually, this spray is really good. It actually sprays pretty good. Has a very good distribution. I like that. This sprayer is pretty good. So yeah, I don't even need to bring my hand close because it just punches. Like I should have just done one spray. On the initial spray, what I get, as I said, it's very citrusy. I get a big dose of ambroxan, hits me right in the face. It's very potent. But the citrus, it's very fresh, it's very tart. I love the citrus in here. It's very woody. I get a little bit of patchouli in there that makes it kind of earthy, tiny bit, and gives it a nice volume to it. But mostly what I get with this fragrance is a very strong dose of citrus and ambroxan mixed together. It's very fresh, it's very clean, it's definitely fresh, spicy. A little bit, the spiciness comes from the ambroxan for me. On the dry down, I have to say, when it goes completely to dry down after 10, 12 hours, when it lowers its punch, I can smell the ambergris in here as well. Now, a lot of people have not talked about the ambergris in here, but I do smell the ambergris in here. There's some floral notes in here that I smell, but mostly I get citrus. And the main thing that also I get with this is it's very woodsy. I get a lot of woody notes. I can tell like it's such a great combination with the citrus and ambroxan. It has this very fresh, beautiful vibe about it. And the patchouli somehow takes that citrusy and makes it a little bit earthy, which balances it out, which I totally like about this fragrance. So this is what I get for Office for Men on the initial spray. Now, I'm not gonna go over the notes because I wanna get through this video really quick because so many people already talked about the notes and people already know what notes are in this fragrance. I just want to kind of give you guys what kind of a vibe I get from this fragrance. So it's very citrusy, as I mentioned it earlier. Now, with that being said, let's start out with performance and longevity. The longevity and performance of this fragrance is amazing. And I have to be honest, so it would not be fair for me not to be honest. So I have to give it 10 out of 10. This thing lasts forever. And this thing just goes on and on. And even when I wash it off my hand, it doesn't come off. So performance, it performs really well. It's a performer. And as far as the longevity goes, it lasts literally over 20 to 24 hours or even longer. And if it's sprayed on your clothes, it lasts for a week till you wash your clothes. So that's as far as the performance and longevity goes, gets a 10 out of 10. Now, let's talk about projection and sillage. The projection is beastly on this. I mean, people could smell me literally 6 feet to 7 feet away. For being a fresh fragrance, that's amazing. So as far as projection goes, it does phenomenal. Now, as far as the sillage goes, it's also wonderful. This is actually one of the fragrances that it actually smells better when it lingers around because it's so potent. You don't want to smell it right away like that unless it's been on you all day long. Then it gets a type of a close encounter type of fragrance. But when you just sprayed it, it's one of those fragrances that you want to let it linger around, and that's when you get most of your compliments. So it's one of those lingering around type of a fragrance because it's so potent and it's so strong. And for that, for the sillage and projection, I will also give a 10 out of 10. Now, let's talk about compliments factor of this fragrance. This is definitely a mass appealing fragrance, is crowd pleaser. Definitely a lot of girls like this fragrance because it's a fresh fragrance, it's citrusy, and the girls definitely love fragrances like that. It falls under the category of Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage, Elysium by Rajadov, and Creed Aventus, but this is its own fragrance. Again, I've seen a lot of people compare this to other fragrances. This is its own fragrance. I've tried and compared each one of them side by side, and I had the coffee beans next to me just to make sure that I'm getting the right conclusion here. And I have to say, it doesn't smell like any of them. It falls under the same category, but it's its own fragrance. As far as the compliments goes, again, this is one of those fragrances that you get more compliments when it lingers around, and girls do like this fragrance a lot. And because of that, I will give it an 8 out of 10. Now, let's get to the versatility of this fragrance. This is a versatile fragrance. You can wear this all year round, and you can also wear this any way you like. Casual, dressed up, daytime, nighttime, anything you want. This is one of those fragrances that you can just get out of shower, put on your white t-shirt and jeans, and get out there and you'll be fine. Or you can dress up like I have and you'll be fine as well. So as far as the versatility goes, it'll get 10 out of 10. Now let's get to uniqueness of this fragrance. Now, this fragrance is definitely not unique. The only uniqueness about this fragrance is the fact that it's one of the first fresh fragrances that last for so long. Like, Jesus Christ, like, I mean, he really said, I'm going to make a fresh fragrance that's going to last and last. And this is the fragrance. This will last forever, and it's a fresh fragrance. So as far as that goes, he definitely delivered. But as far as the uniqueness goes, it's a citrusy type of fragrance. We have a lot of this type of fragrance around, and as far as the uniqueness goes, I have to unfortunately give it a 6 out of 10. Now, as far as the instructions of the giveaway goes of Office for Men, what I'd like you to do is that I want you to follow me or subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on my Instagram. And I want you to leave a comment below and let me know where you're from, and also tell me why you want this fragrance so bad and why you deserve it. And also, when I post a picture of this fragrance on my Instagram, I want you to also like that post as well, and also comment on that post and do the same as well. And definitely I will check both to find out if you guys are really doing this, and I will basically select a lucky winner, and I will go ahead and send you the bottle. Also, what I want you to do as well, which I will check on, I want you to do the same thing with Fragrance One and Jeremy Fragrance Instagram and his YouTube channel. With that being said, we'll get to the end of my video. Thank you so much and see you guys soon with another video. Peace and ciao.